Wait a minute. I see myself there, but it's not on the screen. Oh, there I am. Ladies and gentlemen, there I am. All right. We're back thanks to the magic of Brian in the back room there, in the producer's room, who's making it happen. So I'm going to go into today in history. Now, I should have did this off camera while we were having trouble, but, I didn't do that. Now I have to find it. Okay, here we go. Today in history. Today is March 15th, 2025. Is it the Ides of March? Is the Ides of March 15th? I believe it is. And I forgot to put that on Today in History. Today in History, if it's the Ides of March, and the play Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare, Julius Caesar hits the skids today. That's right. Cassius and Brutus take him out. And there was a soothsayer who said to Julius, "Beware the Ides of March." And Julius Caesar, because he is Caesar, said, "I'm not worried about anything that's going to happen on that day. I'm not one of these superstitious people. I'm not going to repeat that mistake." But then again, nobody's telling me beware the Ides of March. But just keep that in mind. Today in history, the NFL's St. Louis Cardinals. That's right, the St. Louis Cardinals, ladies and gentlemen. There was a St. Louis Cardinals. I'm going to give it to you right there. That was the St. Louis Cardinals logo. They moved on March 15th, March 15th, 1988, the St. Louis Cardinals officially moved to Phoenix, Arizona, and became the Arizona Cardinals. But they were a team before that. That's right. Before they went to St. Louis, they were the Cardinals somewhere else. So my question is, who were they? Who were the St. Louis Cardinals before they became the St. Louis Cardinals? And it's a very well-established team that just moved out of town and went to St. Louis. If you can answer that question, you will get whatever you want in life. No, you can only get what we can give you, which is placards, mugs, water bottles, T-shirts. It's practically anything. So you can't go wrong there. And our second today in history is in 1987. 1987, Pittsburgh's Joe Mullen, and I can show you Joe Mullen right here, became the first American-born hockey player to score 500 goals. Can you imagine that? It took to 1997 for that to happen. But we've taken over that sport now that we've made it our own, and pretty soon we'll have Canada as a 51st state. I don't know how many people want that, but it might happen. Okay, my question is, who currently is the American-born player with the most goals in the National Hockey League? Who currently is the American player born? Okay, you get the idea. The guy with the most. Yeah, with the rim shot on that one. Yeah, you get the idea. What is the American-born player with the most goals in National Hockey League as of today? And it's no longer Joe Mullen. I guess we can safely say that. I do know the answer. Let's see if you do, and you can get mugs, T-shirts, water bottles, championship collages of the Celtics, which is right behind me. These guys here: Paul Pierce, Danny Ainge, Dennis Johnson, Kristaps Porzingis, Paul Silas, Bob Cousy, Sam Jones. It just goes on and on. It's great being a Celtics fan. Now, usually at this time, we have Kevin's Corner on the Bruins. And we probably would not be doing this section of the show because Kevin promised never to talk about the Bruins again for the rest of this year. But he's not here today because he got sick. He caught the same illness as Kristaps Porzingis. They have some sort of mystery bug. And it took him out, but that's what happens to young people. They can't hold they can't hold it down. They're not as tough as us old birds who just get up and slosh through it each and every day. We don't care. We're gonna make it. But so I will talk about the Boston Bruins because Kevin is not here and he wouldn't talk about them anyway. Now here's the update on the Boston Bruins. In the last 10 games, they have 3 wins. and 5 losses and 2 ties. Yeah, in the last 10 games. 3 wins, 5 losses, and 2 ties. They're not breaking any records. Winning, and they might break some records losing. Yes, boys and girls, it doesn't look good for our little cuddly koala bears who used to be grizzlies, but that was many, many years ago. Right now, they're just teddy bears, and people do with them what they want. Brad Marchand, who was the heart and soul of the Bruins, not to mention the captain, was traded to the Florida Panthers last week, who, by the way, are 8-2 over the last 10 games. Though Marchand has yet to play a game, he's definitely bringing an influence of toughness and grit to the Florida Panthers, and they are showing it. But back to the Bruins. Yet another disappointing season, as we talked about last week. Another disappointing season. Well, they're not getting any closer to a Stanley Cup. And we have to be honest. They've only won 1 Stanley Cup in the last 50 years. Yes, under the Jacobs ownership, only 1 Stanley Cup in the last 50 years. I don't think that's going to, we might have to wait. We don't want to go there. Anyway, here's what that means. Whether we like it or not, we have to realize what that means. And what that means is that the Jacobs family doesn't really care about winning Stanley Cups. They've only won 1 in 50 years. Yeah, they've gone to the playoffs more often than not. They've even made it to the finals like 2 or 3 times, but they haven't won it. And they weren't expected to win it. And as a matter of fact, the one they won, they weren't expected to win because they generally do not stock their teams with star players. They want grit and hustle without star players. And we see how that works. It doesn't work too well. 1 cup in just 50 years. Or it means they're just woefully inept. They have no idea what they're doing. And they managed to get that 1 Stanley Cup, well, just because. That could be it too. Or it could be 1 and 2. They don't care and they don't know what they're doing. Which one do you want to choose? Call in, let me know. 844-249-5247. 844-249-5247. Let me know what you think about the Boston Bruins, where they're going, where they're going to go, and where do they go from here? Do they stand a chance of winning anything in the next 50 years or not? Now, I'm going to go to a commercial right now as you guys think about that. We're going to get that out the way. We have some commercial that we need to run that people they can't wait to hear. So here it is. Well, we have a new guy on the board. He might have to turn up the mic a little bit. I will click on it one more time. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, how would you like to feel better, stand straighter, and enjoy daily activities without pain? Then look no further than Karma Don Yoga. As one of the more accomplished yoga instructors in the New England area, Karma embraces many different styles of yoga, including vinyasa, slow flow, yin, and restorative, in order to tap into your pranic energy and create a balanced mix of healing, stretch, and strength. Find her and her very affordable classes online at karmadonyoga.com. That's karma, like good karma, bad karma, dawn, like the morning dawn, yoga.com. And you will feel better, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee it. I guarantee. Take a couple of those classes, you'll be running around like you were 25. Again, like you used to do, if you were running around when you were 25. Now, I ended with the Bruins. I don't think there's going to be much talk about the Bruins. It ended on such a bad note that many people don't want to talk about them. They're just feeling, why revisit a bad situation? So let's move on. Let's move on to the Boston Celtics, a winning team. Well, as of late, actually, what can we say about the Boston Celtics? What do they have? 18 championships, going for the 19th this year, in much less time than the Bruins. The Bruins started in 1926, and the Celtics in 1951. So they've tripled what the Bruins have in far less time. Speaking of the Celtics, they beat the Lakers on Sunday with LeBron James and Luka Doncic, the dynamic duo that the NBA was talking about. Everyone couldn't keep off the bandwagon train with Luka Doncic and LeBron James, and they beat them in the Garden. LeBron James, of course, when it got tight, he got tight and had to leave the game. Luka was grabbing his back. It didn't look good for the Lakers. They got beaten soundly, and if it wasn't for the refs trying to put them back in the game, which we knew was going to happen, and I predicted that on Saturday, it would have been a blowout by 20 or 30 more points. As it was, they beat them by 10 to 15. What I want to say is that the Celtics, they could be in a little trouble. They could be in a little trouble here. Kristaps Porzingis has not made an appearance in 8 going on 9 games. They lost to the Trailblazers on Tuesday after that win. We have Wayne on the line. Let's see what Wayne has for us. What do you got, Wayne?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Clay. Would that be the Chicago Cardinals?
You are so right. The Chicago Cardinals.
Thank you.
I didn't think anybody was going to get that. There they go. I even have a logo just in case somebody answered. And Chicago, the Chicago Cardinals were the premier team in Chicago. They started before the Chicago Bears. They were there since 1898.
Now, does it look like the Bruins did not want to bring Brad Marchand back because they weren't even going to give him a second appeal to discuss his contract?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it just looks bad on so many fronts. They never extended him. He was in the last year of the contract, so he was going to become a free agent after this. So they didn't want to give him a contract. And then they traded him, 3/4 of the way into the season. It was like the writing was on the wall. I guess he had to look at it that way. I've got so many mixed emotions about it. Some people have told me that they think that he, kind of wanted the trade, but I don't think so. I think he wanted to retire a Bruin.
So it looked like Swayman was right in the way he negotiated with the Bruins because, unfortunately, they didn't sign him, they didn't give him his new contract, but he had to hold out. But at the end of the day, he got what the numbers he wanted, right?
Which is the way you have to negotiate with the Bruins. They don't negotiate in great faith. If they really wanted Jeremy Swayman, since they said he was their goalie of the future, they would have signed him to a contract 2 months before they did. This way, he would have been in shape. They waited till the last week to do it. The guy wasn't able to go to camp. He wasn't able to work out with the team. And then they just threw him in there. They do everything by the seat of their pants, and it's so ridiculous. I can't believe this team. I can't believe this franchise.
It is uncalled for. So do we need to wrap LeBron James and bubble wrap? I mean, they're making so many excuses for this guy. He didn't want to fly here. You've got a hamstring, and oh my God, it's like wrap him in bubble shrink already.
This guy, and then the brouhaha with Stephen A. Smith about his son. It's not even about Bronny. It's about LeBron. Because the kid is 20 years old. He's grown enough to talk for himself. Right? It's not like he's defending some 6-year-old kid or some 8-year-old kid or some 9-year-old kid who's playing in some little pickup league around the corner. No, this guy is in the NBA, and all of a sudden he's
a professional. Yes.
LeBron's ridiculous. He's such a joke.
I think LeBron is using up a lot of his goodwill with people with all this shenanigans that he's pulling. It's ridiculous.
It's about time they came around and realized this guy is a bum. I mean, as far as a person goes, he finds every excuse, to scapegoat other people whenever things go wrong. It's never his fault.
Exactly, and Anthony Davis with the Luka trade, and I didn't know anything about it. Yeah, okay.
I was at dinner with my family. I knew nothing. These guys negotiate. LeBron is such. I can't believe anybody still stands up for this guy as a person. I mean, we can understand as a player for the most part until things get tough. Because then he's going to get running again. He's going to leave. He can't take it when he gets tough. He's not that type of guy. But I can understand people, lauding his athletic talent. But as a person, as a teammate,
Yeah, he cannot be trusted. Yeah, like going back to your match of odds there. I mean, he better watch his back. But I'm glad that the Celtics gave you a great birthday present by beating the Lakers.
Beat him like a drum.
Anyway, man, Clay, have a great day. Talk with you later. Thank you again.
What do you want as your gift for answering the question?
I'll take one of the posters, please, if you don't mind.
You got it. You got a poster coming.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You take care, Wayne. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's one of our pillar callers, one of our, what do we call those guys that are just pillars of the community? That's one of our callers of our foundations. He's been with us since we began and always has something interesting. If it's not FS1, it's cricket, it's tennis, it's college hockey. I mean, this guy is unbelievable. I'm going to get him on the show. I'm going to get him on the show one day so he can sit here next to me and let his knowledge come out. Why not? I mean, he knows as much as me, if not more. So he calls up and asks, I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea. So, yeah, got to get him on. We got to get him on and put him on camera so everyone can see him and he can entertain everybody with his knowledge. Now, I was talking about the Celtics. The Celtics lost to OKC, and I was okay with that. I was okay with that because Kristaps Porzingis did not play. Oh, and I have to let everyone know. If you want to call in, 844-249-5247, 844-249-5247. I was okay with them having that loss with OKC. Porzingis didn't play. But then I started thinking about it, ladies and gentlemen. This could be trouble. Porzingis didn't play, and that was his seventh or eighth game. Yesterday was his eighth, so that was his seventh game not playing. So we're going on 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, at least, of games. He's just missing. He's not in action. And nobody knows what's wrong with him. I mean, maybe they do, but they're not telling us. They say it's an illness, a stomach bug, a flu-like conditions. They're saying it's everything but an injury. They're not saying it's an injury, but still the guy is not playing, which is okay. As the regular season goes on, you want to save him. But if we're getting down to the postseason, the playoffs, and Porzingis isn't playing, their chances of winning just severely dropped. Maybe from 100%, which I would have put it, maybe 90, 95% of if he's there, I'm giving them 100% chance to win. Okay, if everyone else is healthy. If he's not there, it drops to 65%. Okay, because everyone else has to carry a heavier load. You already have Jaylen Brown, and you already have Drew Holiday banged up. Jaylen Brown has been horrible, doesn't look good. What if his knees look bad? I think it's his left knee on the takeoff. Yeah, looks like it's bothering him. Then we have Drew Holiday with the torn tendon in the finger of his shooting hand. And if those two guys aren't up to par and Kristaps Porzingis is not playing, yeah, drops to around 60%. Doesn't look good. As a matter of fact, it's starting to look kind of gloomy. What are we going to do? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'll tell you who has to step up. We know that if Holiday and Brown are not up to par, that the burden of scoring is going to fall on Jason Tatum, Derek White, and this guy named Peyton Pritchard. Yeah, right there. Peyton Pritchard. Yes, Peyton Pritchard. I said it, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to have to be the guy who steps up because everybody knows that Tatum and White are going to give you 20 to 30 points a game. Everyone expects it. They know that they can. They know these guys can do it. What they don't know is if Peyton Pritchard can give you 20 to 30 a night. And I mean just not low 20s. I'm talking about high 20s into the 30s, 25 and up. If Peyton Pritchard can give you 25 and up, the chances go up to 70 to 80% because he's going to fill in a lot for Holiday and for Brown in their scoring. Now, I think he can do it. I think he must do it. They don't have a choice at this time. He has to be the guy to step up. They can't expect 30 and 40-point nights every night out of Tatum and White. So Pritchard's going to have to become the guy who steps up and gets high 20s to 30 points a night. He can do it, he will do it, and he must do it. It's time for a new Peyton Pritchard anyway. I know nonsense. Take no prisoners, Peyton Pritchard. That guy has to come out, and he's got that in him too. So he needs to take it to another level in order for the Celtics to get through this, because as it is constituted now, without Kristaps Porzingis in the mix, things are looking kind of dire. So come on, Peyton. Come on, Pritch. Let's get it done. You can do it. It's got to be done. Step up, take the bit, and run like a champion. Let's see it get done here. Anything else that I want to say on these Celtics here? Let me see. Yeah, it's not going to be Hauser. Yeah, I got that in here. It's not going to be Cornette. Okay, so Peyton, you're going to be the guy. No more Mr. Nice Guy. You got to get dirty on defense and nasty on offense. You got to choose to accept this mission. Peyton, if you're listening, look at it like this. It's taking you too long to establish yourself to take a back step now. You can't, no. You got to go forward. And you have to add this to your persona in order to go forward. You've taken it, it's like wrestling, WWE. You've taken this baby face, this nice guy approach for as long as you can. It's time to snap it and go into the heel and lead your team. Because no, Hauser doesn't have a heel in him. Cornette doesn't have a heel in him. Cater doesn't have a heel in him. Do we have any more people that we can throw out there? There's no heel in those guys. But you can do it. You got that face. Yeah, you can be nice 1 second and then go and not be not so nice. Be no more Mr. Nice Guy. That just ended 30 seconds ago. Now I'm going to show you how I feel about this. So come on, Peyton. Let's get it done. Oh, let me take that off. You guys going to be tired of looking at Peyton and listening to me. Who do we got here? There goes Peyton and Derek White after hitting their 41 points apiece. So it can be done. We don't have to worry about it. The New England Patriots. New England Patriots, everyone. See, I'm just going right down the ladder. From the Bruins to the Celtics to the Patriots. It's actually alphabetical. B, C, now R, and no, now P, and then we're going to end up on the Red Sox with R. So the New England Patriots made a lot of additions. What do you guys think? I'm going to get into that right after our next commercial. And we're going to take a little time because I have to find this commercial here. This is Radio Broadcasting Excellence. I don't have Kevin to read the commercial. So I'm going to have to do it. And that means I have to step up here. Usually he has this all laid out. And he's such a perfectionist. Kevin is. Ladies and gentlemen, are you looking for a smart investment? Searching for a place to call home? Welcome to Oyama Investments Limited, where your dreams find a foundation. At Oyama Investments, we are more than just real estate. We're your trusted partner in building a secure future. Whether you are investing in property that will grow with you or purchasing a dream home, we make the process easy, transparent, and rewarding. Oyama Investments specializes in finding properties that align perfectly with your goals. Imagine owning a piece of the future, whether it is a luxury apartment, a commercial space, or a family home in the perfect neighborhood. And if you're new to real estate investments, don't worry. We're here every step of the way, helping you to make informed choices with confidence. With real estate prices rising, there's never been a better time to invest. Ready to see your dreams come to life? Visit www.oyamainvestments.com. That's www.oyamainvestments.com. Or call 617-221-8881. 617-221-8881 today. Oyama Investments, where your vision becomes reality. All right, let's get back to those Patriots. The Patriots made a slew of free agent investments. Since we're going to talk about investments, they made a slew of free agent investments over this week. And I think to the tune of 13 or 14. They added 6 and wow. They added 15 players. 6 offensive, 9 defensive, and 6 offensive players. Let's go through it. They brought in Marcus Epps at safety, Wes Schweitzer at offensive line, Clevion Chasen, defensive end, Mac Hollins, wide receiver, Joshua Dobbs at quarterback, Chris Tonga at defensive tackle, Milton Williams at defensive tackle, Morgan Moses at offensive tackle, Carlton Davis, cornerback, Robert Spillane, linebacker, Harold Landry, linebacker, Jalen Hawkins, safety, Austin Hooper, tight end, Jeremiah Farms, defensive tackle, Demontre Jacobs, offensive line, and Ben Brown, also an offensive lineman. Some of these guys got paid quite a bit of money. I'm not going to say how much. Well, maybe I might as well just throw that in there. Carlton Davis, 3 years at $60 million. That's a cornerback. We'll see what happens, but that's a lot of money to get to a quarterback. Then you have Morgan Moses, 3 years at $24 million at offensive tackle. You're hoping that guy stays around for a period of time. But the guy who really stepped up to the bank with his debit card was Milton Williams. Milton Williams, defensive tackle, 4 years at $104 million. Now, I only mention the money because it just shows you where they're putting it. Don't get carried away with the money aspect, because however millions you see here, you're only going to get half of that after taxes. As every working guy knows, you can work your pants off, but after the taxes are done with you, you're netting about half of whatever it is. So that $104 million sounds good for Milton Williams, and save your money, Milton, because you're probably getting 60 at the most after you pay everybody off and the government. You're probably getting 60 million, which sounds like a lot, but that's over 4 years at a lifestyle that everyone expects at 104 million. So it's not going to be as what you think it is. So save your money. Do like Gronk did. Save your paychecks. Grab an endorsement deal for Doritos or something. Live off that. Because if you're expecting to live on this money, it's going to be gone before you know it. And all these friends and family that you didn't know you had, they're going to be coming out of the woodwork. But back to the Patriots. I think they did a good job. Really, I think they do. What do you think about this, Brian?
There it is.
Yeah, well, really, they did a heck of a job. Of the 6 offensive players, 4 of them are offensive linemen. A glaring need that they had last year that they never filled. So they did a great job in getting offensive linemen in here. That's 4 to start with. Now, if they just would do something smart with Joe Milton, like trade him for another offensive lineman, a stud offensive lineman, and then draft 2 more guys coming out of college so that they can all compete. Now, that would be the smart thing to do, because, as I said, they signed a free agent named Joshua Dobbs, who's a quarterback. Okay, so, hopefully you did that so that you could trade Joe Milton and you can use Joshua Dobbs as a backup, and then draft maybe a rookie quarterback way down at the end of the list and bring him in to back up those 2 in case they get hurt. Joshua Dobbs does have experience as a quarterback. He played with Arizona last year and another team before that. He got hurt. They call him the astronaut quarterback. He likes to throw the ball, but, let's see if he has a better offensive line that can protect him if he gets in there. But I'm thinking, why waste time holding on to Joe Milton? I mean, what was one of the things that Tom Brady had a problem with? And as soon as he could, he told them, get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't like looking over my shoulder. They're not doing Drake May any favors by having a guy who can come in and take his job. Okay? That's right. Joe Milton could take Drake May's job. So you can say you want competition, but then again, you don't want that type of competition because now you're putting your quarterback on edge. It's bad enough he's got to worry about a pass rush with 300-pound linemen and 250-pound linebackers coming around the corner and safeties that are blitzing him. He's got to worry about if he goes out hurt or if he gets just a little nicked up, you might throw Joe Milton in there, and there it goes. The guy's going to take over. And the worst thing you can have is a quarterback competition. This goes all the way back to the 60s with the Dallas Cowboys and Craig Morton and Roger Staubach. Or you can go RG3 and the guy who ended up with Atlanta, Kirk Cousins. It never ends well. It does not end well. So you're stupid if you keep holding on to Joe Milton and putting Drake May in. Make a decision. Okay, make a decision. You need to make a decision for Drake May and for Joe Milton. Now, that's what I'm worried about the Patriots. Even though they picked up these guys, can they make the tough decisions that's really going to mold this team into a winner? Okay? You can get all these guys you want, but you need a player who's going to take these guys and say, we're going to win. That's what I noticed when you have a Larry Bird, a Michael Jordan, a Tom Brady. You have a winner who's going to go in there and say, hey, guys, we're doing this. Now, the culture could be there, but you definitely need that one player who's going to make a difference. Generally, it's going to be a quarterback. So either Drake May is that guy or he's not that guy. If he is that guy, then behave as if he is that guy and trade the other guy. If he's not that guy, it's time to trade him. But let's get into this, okay? What are they going to do with the draft? We already have this problem with Joe Milton being the guy with his lasers sighted on Drake May to take his job. But what are they going to do with the fourth draft pick overall, even though they could have had number one? Anybody want to call up and talk about that? How they could have had the number one draft pick and dropped the ball thanks to Gerard Mayo not recognizing what he was supposed to do? That being said, they could have had the number one draft pick, but now they're picking number 4. Do you think they should go get a game changer or trade the pick? What do I think? I think if they trade Joe Milton for an offensive lineman, then it's time to go get you a game changer. I'm not sure who that might be. Those who have studied the draft better than me, I haven't had time to go through it as much as I would like. The only game changer that jumps to my mind is Travis Hunter of Colorado, because he can either be a defensive back or a wide receiver. You're kind of thin on wide receiver. You weren't able to get Cooper Kupp. You weren't able to get T. Higgins. You weren't able to attract a big name. I see Mac Hollins. I don't know too much about Mac Hollins. I don't know where he came from. I'll look it up. But I see Mac Hollins there, and I believe there's another guy there, but I'm not too familiar with him. His name doesn't jump out at me. Yeah. Okay, played football in North Carolina. I think he played for Philadelphia. Definitely then for the Dolphins. Yeah, then for the Dolphins, the Raiders. Okay, this guy's been he's been with a couple of different teams. The Eagles, the Dolphins, the Raiders, the Falcons, the Bills, and now he's with the Patriots. That does not jump out at me as star receiver. That doesn't jump out at me as game changer. If he was a game changer, they wouldn't have let him go. We've had 5 teams let him go so far, so he's a reach. Mac Hollins is a reach. Can he work out? He could. Will he work out? Well, I'd say the jury is out on that one. So, it doesn't matter how much they're paying him. It could be little, could be a lot. But he's been with 5 other teams before now since 2019. Was that a team a year? That doesn't translate out to world beater. I think he's the only receiver I see so far. Austin Hooper, who's a tight end, whose better days might be behind him. He's been in the league. He's taken some hits as a tight end. So maybe Travis Hunter is the way to go, Patriots, a game changer. I'm just worried about how much money you're going to have to spend for a wide receiver, an inexperienced wide receiver who's going to come in the league. And he's not the biggest guy, and he's not the fastest guy. You would spend a lot of money on this guy, and he's at the chart. He's in the upper echelon of each of those guys as far as not being big, but his pass catching ability is good. His acumen is good, but he's not the fastest guy. So these guys want a lot of money for being picked in the top 10, and that might not be worth it. Now, on second thought, let's trade that pick. And do something else with it. Find another receiver later on, or make a trade for someone. I wasn't sold on DK Metcalf. I wasn't sold on Cooper Kupp. T. Higgins would have been a stretch. He definitely wanted the bank. No matter how you look at it, he was going to want the bank to come in here. So, Elliot Wolf, do your job. Why am I doing your job for you? You're the GM. Jump in there and make a deal. Get somebody here. That's what Philly does. Philly goes in there and they make deals happen. That's what Washington, the Washington Commandos. That's what that GM does. He makes deals. He makes things happen. Elliot Wolf, make something happen. Make something happen. Bring a quality receiver here. Don't waste your time on a rookie wide receiver. It's going to take him a year to learn. So you're just going to lose a whole year waiting for, if you bring in Travis Hunter to develop. It might take him a year or 2 years, and that's a lot of money to pay for a guy who's not ready in a year or two. Okay, we have some. We have another staunch guy, a pillar of the community. What do you got, Kelly?
Hey, Clay. First, let me start by happy belated birthday.
Thanks, man.
Missed the call last week.
Well, it was busy last week.
Yeah, I know. It was a full show. Good thing about belated birthday wishes is that your celebration gets extended, so you get a week-long celebration.
Me and Marlon's birthday on the same day.
Yeah, I was about to say you had the same day as Marlon, right?
Yeah, unbelievable, huh?
Last week. I know, huh? Who knew?
Who knew?
Yeah, but let's see. It's a hot topics. Patriots. I was listening.
But before we talk about the Patriots, what do you think about LeBron getting hurt?
Yeah, oh boy.
Yeah, we got to go there.
Yeah. I have my LeBron report ready, but it's funny. Someone pointed out he usually takes his time off right before the playoffs to.
Yeah, he tweaked his groin. According to him, I knew it was my groin. I knew it. And the first thing I thought of was like Christmas Day 5 years ago when I first got with the Lakers. You know how long he was going to keep me out. He already had his speech prepared.
Yeah, but much as I hate to give him me to give him the benefit. I mean, it is a critical time for him to be out there when they're in like this race, the seeding race. I
love it.
In the playoffs.
I love it. Yeah, he's out, and they're going to drop like a stone.
But since we're talking about a report, I do have like a LeBron report. I don't know. Have you heard the thing with the Stephen A. thing?
Oh yeah, that's just going viral, and I love that too. I love the fact that he felt the need to stick up for a 20-year-old, young man.
Yeah, and so many, when I talk to people, so many people have issues. Say, "Well, yeah, he's a father. He's defending his son." I mean, I get that. And I give him that all day.
You feel like you have to defend a 20-year-old? That 20-year-old should be defending you when you're 40.
Yeah. That too. That Clay. This was like this confrontation wasn't pre-game,
nope.
And it wasn't post-game. It was during the game.
Yeah.
And and everyone said that Stephen A. said his criticism was of LeBron, not Bronny.
Well,
But
it's
when,
true. It was of LeBron for putting him in this situation, which we talked about before the season even started.
Exactly.
Me, you, Marlon, Eric, we all talked about this. Him putting Bronny in this situation. What kind of father would do that?
Yeah, and according to Stephen A., LeBron said to him, stop messing with my son. Stop with my son. So there's a disconnect of everything. The problem everyone has. They're saying, LeBron, Stephen A. came at his character as a father, but LeBron didn't come to him about his character. Came to him about Bronny.
About Bronny.
So yeah. So if you listen to all the podcast reports, it's everyone's all the LeBron defenders are just completely on the wrong side about it.
They're delusional. All the LeBron defenders are delusional. They fail to hold LeBron accountable for anything. Anything.
Yeah. And so I don't know if you catch the game last night. Denver had played Denver. I mean, the Lakers played Denver last night, and Bronny got in second quarter, and guess what happened?
It went south.
No, he got booed. See? He got booed. So yeah, congratulations once again. Congratulations, LeBron. Job well done.
You're a great father. You're a great father, right? Yeah, you put your son in this position.
Father of the year.
Father of the year. That's what he wants. He wants father of the year. He thinks he should get it. I mean, what do we know? I mean, heck, he lives in an ivory tower behind those closed gates. He doesn't know. We don't know how hard it is for him to do the things he has to do and take care of Bronny.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's a good point. The guy, they keep pointing out, you married your high school sweetheart, never cheated, no like family drama. Yeah, we get it.
Wait a minute. Never cheated. He went to Diddy parties. He cheated.
Yeah.
He cheated,
definitely. Yeah, thank you.
That's right. He cheated. Definitely. Not only that, it might be a little bit more weirder than cheating with all that oil and baby powder.
I don't think he made Diddy's list, so Diddy won't expose him. So he's gonna never get it. So.
Well, we all know that he went. He bragged on it himself.
Yeah, but if I could comment on the Patriots right quick.
Okay, what you got?
I do like the move they're making on defense. Those transitions, the young linebackers.
Yeah.
And spending the money, that's something that's like not out of the ordinary for us to be seeing. And but playmaker, I think they might have to get that big playmaker as a free agent wide receivers. Someone like a. And I saw some plays available. Cooper Kupp's not available anymore, but he was, and he showed some interest in coming here.
Yeah, he went to Seattle.
I like to see someone like a AJ Brown, like a big target.
Yeah, I thought when you say playmaker, I'm thinking the same thing. AJ Brown, somebody can go downfield and make a big play. Yeah. Nobody can knock him off the ball.
It's got to be a veteran because in the draft, like Travis Hunter is the only one that you're going to see that's ready, but he's just the only one. Everyone else is going to take time if you're going to focus on the draft in that area.
Right. I'm not even sure Travis Hunter is ready. The NFL is a bigger, it's a different league. We'll see.
Right.
I mean, Marvin Harrison came in last year. Marvin Harrison Jr. with all the hoopla. People say that he's a better receiver than Henry, and he is still, he was just barely catching the stride by the time the season was over. So there's an adjustment for these young guys coming playing with these stronger, faster cornerbacks who just maul them.
Right. Right, and maybe do a sneaky route. Go see, check Drake May's weapons in college. Sign them. Do a Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow connection. Get to something to chemistry with, it's comfortable with. That could work. I was always big on that. But the only thing that worries me that what they did release the center Andrews,
right,
from the offensive line.
David Andrews.
He's a center. He's like the anchor. Now, what the Patriots lose in that regard is, you have someone
like I say, he was the A guy, like the captain.
He was the last guy. He was the last guy on the team that was at a Super Bowl. That went to a Super Bowl. Right. He was the last. Last Mohican.
Yeah, and you know, when the lineman's out there performing, you need someone that's going to hold everyone else accountable.
Right.
And Andrews would be the one. He's like the coach, you know. Hey, you missed an assignment, you know. This and that center position, the veteran center position, is very important. I hope they replace someone, you know, put it up so we could step in there and take that.
I don't see that happening.
That's
something they should have addressed. Yeah, I don't see that happening.
We know how important that offensive line is.
Well, not only that, having a guy who's been there for a period of time, who's a winner. I mean, you might have brought in some guys, but when any of these guys are the stature of David Andrews, the guy you just let go, you could have kept him, you know, approach him, say, you know, we don't know if you're going to play this year. If that was the case, because of that shoulder injury, decrease his salary, but keep him around as a locker room presence, as a coach on the field, as a guy who can help out. And you might be able to have to throw him in the spot duty. He can't play a whole game, but if somebody gets injured, well, he's the perfect guy to come off the bench and, you know, give you his 100% for a quarter or two, and that's it. I mean, you know, for that day.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, other than that, you know, I think it looks good. Future looks a little bright. I like the direction Drake May is going in. Each day I'm getting bigger on him.
Well, what are they going to do with Joe Milton? He doesn't need Joe Milton standing behind him. Wait.
Right, yeah, I agree with you there.
Joe Milton's chomping at the bit. He can't wait for something to happen so that he can just get in there and just take it all over. And then you have a quarterback controversy. You can't do it. It doesn't work.
They did sign the rocket scientist, though.
They did, the astronaut. So maybe they finally came to their senses and realized they have to deal with Joe Milton. One of the
give it time. So maybe they got something to sleeves. Joe said they put him out there. They displayed his value. Maybe he's got some interest out there. So.
Oh yeah, definitely take advantage of it and get another offensive lineman or maybe a playmaker. Do something.
Something. Yeah,
but they need a system. As much as I didn't like a lot of things that Bill Belichick did, his research department, I don't know, who was it? Was it that guy, Ernie Adams, who did so much research on these? When he brought in players off the street, like when he did Vrabel or Nikovic or even Corey Dillon or LeGarrette Blount, when he brought in players, a lot of these guys were really good. I mean, nobody wanted. And he was able to get a lot of juice out of them for a good period of time.
Yeah, and
they need to do something. L.A. Wolf, you got to go. Let's earn your salary. You should be beating the bushes. You should be looking at talent that nobody is looking at, or nobody is undervalued talent that you can bring here and will make an impact. That's what I think.
Yeah, I just received information just in breaking news that Milton is tradable now. He just announced it. So you may be onto something.
Yeah. Get it done, Patriots. Yeah. Get it done. I mean, you have a chance to bring in another offensive lineman or defensive lineman at a good price. So let's get it done. But there's one thing I want to say. The Lakers lost again last night, so it's 4 in a row.
Yeah.
You already knew that. And they're dropping in the standings, right?
Yeah. Well, last night they were hurt. There was no Luka, no LeBron. They're easier to watch. Yeah. But, competed. And like I said, Bronny got in, scored 5 points.
Woo!
Yeah.
Keep your name. You can't speak about LeBron. LeBron, he actually scored 5 points.
Yeah. He's playing like the 55 pick. 55. Well, he's playing his draft status, And then I can still argue that he shouldn't have been drafted.
He shouldn't have been drafted. He shouldn't have been drafted. No, he shouldn't have been drafted.
Second quarter, I was surprised. They put him in the second quarter. I was surprised they put him in early. It was very interesting, though.
Well, JJ Redick, he knows what he's got to do if he wants to stay there. He's got to do what LeBron tells him. LeBron called him up and say, "Hey, listen, put Bronny in there. I'm sure he can take over the game." Okay.
The the Lakers played on high energy without those players, and they did compete with Denver last night. So.
All right, well,
Denver
I'm going to have to get off there.
Denver.
We only had a couple of minutes. I found I only got a minute left to go. So, Kelly,
okay.
thank you for calling. I will talk to you next week. I want to get
All
in
right,
here and
Clay,
play
will do.
something before we get off the air.
Very good.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Talk to you later. Wow, time just goes by too quick here. I want to play something. It's by let's see, our very estimable president, and he's talking about Jesus Christ. And I came upon this, and I think you guys will like it.
And our country needs a savior right now, and our country has a savior. And that's not me. That's somebody much higher up than me. Much higher up.
Okay. Good.
We just do what we have to do. But the life and death and resurrection of Jesus Christ forever changed the world. It's impossible to think of the life of our own country without the influence of his example and of his teachings. Our miraculous founding, overcoming civil war, and the United States ultimately becoming a truly great nation, and we're going to keep it that way. We're going to keep it that way. We're not going to let it go. We're not going to let it go. But none of this could have ever happened without Jesus Christ and his followers and his church. None of it. And we have to remember that Jesus Christ is the ultimate source of our strength and of our hope. Let us thank Almighty God for our nation, for our precious freedoms, and our most of all, and I have to say this, for the gift of God's everlasting.
Okay. As you guys hit, thank you, Jesus Christ. We are out of here. Have a good one.
And the other side, it's up for all of them. It don't matter if you...
Get uplifted, rooted and established with the word. AM 590 WEZE.
Cut it right on time.
Boston.
American Insulation knows that
I'm
there
glad you
are
told me
a
there
few
was a minute
things you
left, 'cause
just
I wanted
don't
to play
think
that,
about when you're considering
know.
upgrading the insulation in your
And
home. That pays for itself pretty quickly, considering
Trump's
the
not the
annual
savior,
savings on
everybody.
heating and
He
cooling
is it.
costs, and also
Stop-
taking some of
stop
the
losing your
burden
hair.
off your
Stop-
heating
not
and
you,
cooling
but,
systems will heighten
everybody
their
go crazy.
efficiency and increase their useful lives. Yes, there are a lot of things you don't know about insulation.